Hi, my name is Rachelle Smith, certified personal fitness trainer, professional speaker, and author. Last time, I kicked off this two-part series by discussing the value of motivation. And a point that I hammered home in my upcoming fitness book over and over again is that your fitness success is truly in your hands. It's not about this person, it's not about this person, it's not about this group, them, they, him, her. It is about you, and it is up to you to make your fitness goals a reality. And I promise you, if you do what you need to do for as long as you need to do it, with the right attitude and with a great level and a high level of motivation, you will achieve your goals. Remember, as I pointed out last time, you're either intrinsically motivated, which means your motivation comes from within, or you're extrinsically motivated, meaning that your motivation comes from external forces or factors. And so it's important to recognize that one is not better than the other, as I pointed out last time, but it's up to you to figure out what works for you and what doesn't work for you in terms of motivation. And folks, and the reason why I'm highlighting this point, just continuing this conversation about motivation, because it is truly a make or break aspect of fitness. Okay, if you're struggling with motivation, if you struggle, if you have your yo-yo dieter, you've been a yo-yo dieter in the past, or if you've bought memberships, gym memberships, or fitness facility memberships, and your attendance ebbs and flows, folks, it's truly, and I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, is that you struggle with motivation. All right, and so I'm challenging you, and I want to speak straight to your soul this today, and just to emphasize the fact that you've really got to step up, take responsibility, and figure out what you need to do to get and stay motivated. All right, as I shared last time, as motivated and as passionate as I am about fitness, part of the reason for that is that I've determined what works for me and doesn't work for me. All right, as I mentioned last time, don't ask me to do any type of outdoor fitness activities. Another thing that will probably surprise you is that I am not a workout at home type person. All right, in the last couple of years, I may have stretched here maybe 3 or 4 times max, but that is it. Don't ask me to work out at home. I'm a cardio fanatic. I absolutely love cardio with all of my heart. But if I were to buy some cardio equipment, that would be an absolute waste of time. I would never do that. But say a cardio equipment manufacturer, say an elliptical machine manufacturer said, okay, Rachelle, we want you to have our product. Here it is, because I never buy it myself. But say they bought something or just gifted me something like that. It wouldn't get used. It would probably just stay in the box. All right, because I know that about myself. I do not have motivation to work out at home, okay, to create my own home gym here. I just do not have that level of motivation. And part of that is, for all of these last 22 plus years, going to the gym has been something, it's just even a mindset, going out to the facility to work out. When I work out, it's wonderful, it's great, my heart and my soul are into it. When I leave that facility, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. And so that is something that is very important to me, the going out to a facility. Again, but you may be motivated by working out at home. You don't want the distractions. You don't want the people. You don't want to have to wait on a machine. You don't want to have to drive. Okay, it just is up to you to figure out what works for you and what doesn't, and do it. I mean, folks want to make this so complicated, but folks, it really is that simple. Find out, this is a point that I made in my upcoming book, find out what works for you and do it. Okay, it is that simple. There are a multitude of different ways and activities that you can participate in regard to your fitness, health, and wellness. And so it's a matter of discovering which one or which ones work for you and doing them. Okay, it really is that simple. Another aspect for me when it comes to my motivation is I have a lot of motivation, or one thing that drives my motivation is dietary freedom. All right, it is very important to me. I love to eat. That is no secret. And you can't tell because I spend a lot of time working out. But it's important for me to be at a dinner table, to be in any type of situation where there's food involved. I want to be able to eat whatever I want. I don't have the motivation to count points and to maintain a diet and do all of those type of things. If I want a big piece of carrot cake smothered with ice cream, that's exactly what I eat. And so for me, counting calories and doing those type of things, it just wouldn't work. It's just not me. It's just totally not me. And so from a motivation standpoint, I spend I clock some hours in the gym, but that time that I spend in the gym, helps me to have dietary freedom. Okay, that means I can eat whatever I want, as much as I want. And so that is important to me. The ability to just eat whatever I want and not have to sit here and count calories and say, well, I can't have this roll because it's going to put me over my calorie limit. That's just not me. And if you're on a diet, again, if you're working with a dietitian, if you have weight loss goals, because see, again, we all have different motivations. We all have different reasons. Okay, I'm on the fitness maintenance track. I've been doing this a long time. Been, first step foot in the gym at 5 years old. And that's when, of course, my dad was one of two people that ran the facility back then. So I grew up in that. So fitness is something that I've done pretty much my whole life. Okay, multiple sports, dancer, cheerleader, swimmer, also a former lifeguard. So I've done a lot. Okay, but I'm not doing all those different sports that I used to do. All right, I'm not doing some of the activities that I've done. I've also taken Taekwondo when I was in high school in Korea. So I've done a lot, but I'm not doing all those things still. All right, I'm going to the gym. It's just a matter of figuring out what you're passionate about, what you want to do, and do that. Okay, you may be very highly motivated in the dietary sense. All right, where you just will count your calories and make sure you have this and make sure you have that. Okay, I have a very balanced diet. I stay away from fast foods. Because I worked with a dietitian 7 years ago myself. Okay, didn't need to lose weight, but my diet was a train wreck. When I was in the corporate world, eating between sales appointments, eating whatever other people were eating out all the time. Now I cook pretty much at home. That's just my diet. And so I'm staying away from all the bad foods. I have a very disciplined diet. If you know me, you know that my lunch, I have lunch, early lunch, between 11 and 11:30. Okay, my dinner between 5 and 5:30. So I'm not eating at 8 o'clock at night and sleeping on dinner, and because these are things that put weight on people. So my diet is very disciplined, but at the same time, I'm eating whatever I want because that is important to me, and that is one of my motivating factors for my workouts at the gym. All right, so you may be struggling with motivation, and it could be something as simple as that. Where, hey, I want to be able to have a piece of cheesecake if I want a piece of cheesecake. But guess what? People look at me and say, oh, you eat whatever you want, you never gain any weight. But guess what? Because that's why I'm putting in the effort at the gym. All right, so it balances out. Okay, so figure out, folks, please, 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 this motivation thing. I could sit here and have a 27-part series on the importance of motivation, because this is reason right here is why most people fail. This is why in this country, the Center for Disease Control state that 2/3 of adults in this country are overweight or obese. Okay, and we've got a third of kids now fall into those categories. So folks, this has to change, but it starts with you. And at the heart of everything, a part of all of your goals, whatever it is you're trying to achieve regarding your health, fitness, or wellness, it starts with motivation. Because if you're struggling with motivation, if you don't have any motivation at all, or even if your motivation is high, regardless of where you fall on that spectrum, it truly, the results speak for themselves. If you struggle with motivation, you have a very hard time with your dietary in terms of having a balanced, healthy diet, or having any type of engaging in any type of physical activity, you know it, and it's up to you to figure out what you're going to do about it. Because as I believe it was Ernie Larson once said, that famous quote, nothing changes if nothing changes, and it's up to you to make the necessary changes to achieve the goals that you want. So I thank you so much for your time. Make it a wonderfully fit day.